Hey guys, it's me, Miss Norris, and today I'd like to share a fun read aloud of the story The Tub People with you. The Tub People was written in 1989 by Pam Conrad and illustrated by Richard Egielski. And it's the story of what might happen when you're not watching your toys. So if you're ready to hear this story, I'm ready to share it with you. Here we go. The Tub People. And you can see the tub boy and his tub dog standing by the soap. And all of the tub people. And we can get started with the story. Oh, this story has only writing on one side, so I can hold these up for you. So you can see the picture a little bit closer the entire time. Here we go. The tub people stood in a line all day on the edge of the bathtub. There were 7 of them, and they always stood in the same order. The father, the mother, the grandmother, the doctor, the policeman, the boy, and the dog. They were made out of wood, and their faces were very plain. They could smile or frown or cry or laugh. Sometimes they would even wink at each other, but it hardly showed. So you can see everybody in the family lined up on the edge of the tub, always in the same order. The father of the tub people liked to play sea captain. He would take the mother and grandmother and child for a ride on the floating soap. The others stood on the edge of the tub and waved. Once in a while, the child of the tub people would slide off the soap into the warm bath. "Help! Help!" And the captain would rescue him. "We're coming! We're coming!" The policeman and the doctor liked to have water races bobbing from one end of the tub to the other. The child would cheer. The grandmother would say, "Hush, you're very noisy." When bath time was over, the tub people always lined up along the edge of the bathtub. The father, the mother, the grandmother, the doctor, the policeman, the child, and the dog. So they had some fun. I know I used to have fun when I would take baths and play with my toys and make stories. And it sounds like these tub people like to do that too. We're sea captains and we're having races across the giant ocean. That's pretty fun. But one evening, the bathwater began rushing down the drain before they were lined up, pulling all of the tub people this way and that. The soap danced over the drain, turning and turning at the top of a whirlpool. Standing on the soap, getting dizzier and dizzier, was the child of the tub people. "Help! Help!" But this time, the father couldn't save him. Dun, dun, dun! Oh no! What would you do if one of your favorite toys was getting sucked down the drain? What if your toes started getting sucked down the drain? I would not like that at all. You could see that whirlpool and everyone is going this way and that. And the tub child disappeared down the drain without a sound. It's kind of, I don't know if I'm sad or scared. Maybe a little bit of both. The tub mother pressed her face to the grating. She looked and looked for her tub child, but she could not see him. So they're all looking down the drain. They can't see their tub child. Later that night, the tub people lined up on the edge of the tub, just the 6 of them. The soap was soft and back in the soap dish. The washcloth made a lonely dripping sound as it hung from the faucet. The tub people felt very sad. So even though they're toys, when they're missing one of their babies, they're very, very sad. The next night, the 6 tub people climbed onto the washcloth raft. They called and called for their tub child. Of course, they knew exactly where their child had gone, but somehow they felt comfortable calling for him. "Honey, where are you? Come home now. Please come back." But he did not answer. Every evening, the tub people continued to float in the bathwater. But in time, they stopped calling. And they never winked at each other anymore. Now, that's a pretty big deal because usually when people are winking, it's to be in on a joke. And the tub people have stopped joking and winking. Then an unusual thing happened. The bathwater began going down the drain, slower and slower. Big people came and peered into the tub. "What's the matter with the tub drain?" they asked. They filled the room with deep voices and blocked the light. "What's the matter with the tub drain?" The tub people stood woodenly in their line. If they could have spoken, they would have shouted out what a terrible drain that was and how it had sucked away their little tub child. But they were silent. So it looks as though the tub child is blocking the pipe a little bit, and so there's people coming to look after the drain. Do you remember what people who fix tubs are called? Plumbers. Plumbers can fix drains. They have special tools. That afternoon, a big man came and pried off the drain cover, grunting as he worked. He shone a light down the drain and frowned. Then he pushed in a long wire and jiggled it up and down, up and down. "Come home now! Come home now!" the grandmother whispered. And out of the drain popped the little tub child, wet and tired. Now, I imagine when I go swimming just for an afternoon, I'm tired, but he's been down there for a while. Very tiring just to paddle to stay up. The tub people stood in a line quietly watching. One by one, they smiled. The father, the mother, the grandmother, the doctor, the policeman, and the dog. And the tub mother had little soapy tears running down her wooden cheeks. But the big man didn't look at them. He tossed the tub child into his toolbox, shut it with a click, and left. The tub people waited for bath time, hoping their tub child would come back. But bath time never came. It grew later and later until they waited, worrying the whole time. So you see, the plumber has put their tub child in his toolbox, and he might be taking it home to his own child. I hope he asks in the house if it belongs to anybody. I hope it's important to their family. Finally, when they felt they could wait no longer, they were lifted up and carefully carried to a new room and gently placed on a large, soft bed. It seemed just like the water to them, except for it was dry and firm. Firm means you can't really push down on it. and there were 7 of them again. The tub dog knocked his little wooden head against the tub child's head, and very quietly they all laughed. Little tub laughter, which is a big deal because remember, they haven't been joking with each other in a while. They've been sad. And they're in a new place on a large, soft bed. There was a thick quilt on the bed, and when it was all bunched up, they would go mountain climbing. The father liked to be the leader, and he would lead them up one side of the mountain, and they would all tumble easily down the other. The grandmother liked to hide under the pillow and have everyone come find her. The tub child liked to fall off the edge and have his father rescue him. So now they're in a new place and they're inventing new adventures. Now they're mountain climbers and they like being rescued. Each night, when the lights went out, they lined up along the windowsill, just as they had along the bathtub edge. The father, the mother, the grandmother, the doctor, the policeman, the child, and the dog. So they still get lined up at the end of the day in their same order. But each morning, when the sun came shining in on them, something would be different. Can you see what's different before I read it? Look over here. The tub child would be standing between the tub mother and the tub father, their sides barely touching. And if you looked very closely, you would see that they all had smiles on their small wooden faces. Can you see their little smiles? The end. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you really enjoyed the story, The Tub People. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button at the bottom of the page. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. If you're not a subscriber yet, please click the subscribe button down here at the bottom of the page. And don't forget to click the bell so that you're notified when there's new content. I hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.